I mean, I think, especially given last year with not too many people in the stands and then into the playoffs, to do that and to feel the energy from the crowd. I know this hasn't been done here in a long time, so to go out there and do that, just to experience that with them, that's something I'll remember for a while.
And there it is. We short but brief with QB1, and it was a great day. And they was very short for words. We didn't want to keep them long. In reference to answering all these questions when successfully winning a back-to-back, AFC Championship, man. So that's where we was at with that. So that was QB1. You know what? We're gonna run these things all the way down today. All right. We're gonna keep you straight and up front. What's going on with the fans and everything? You know what I mean? So with that being said, I think we got my man GR the Giant coming up. It's kind of funny because I had the opportunity to talk to him when he first got drafted. And it's kind of ironic when a guy they get drafted and then all of a sudden they're playing for championships and they're winning division titles as a rookie. So I think it was kind of like exciting for him just to basically see what was his mindset, what was his emotion going on. It's not too many rookies that can come right in and basically, win championships and help their team. Travis, what's up, man? I know everybody want to see my hair. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. That's one of the biggest topics that's going on out here. Twitter's going crazy. Facebook's going crazy. Do y'all see any hair? Y'all don't even see any hair on my face. I had to go Frank Murphy on him one time down. You know what I mean? I had to go Frank Murphy on him. But I tell you what, I will take a picture for all my fans tomorrow, and y'all can see if I'm bald or, it might be a little something. I got a wave cut or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, here's my man, GR the Giant, talking about yesterday's victory.
GR the Giant, moving on from WUFO Sports today is going on again.
What's up, bro? How's it going?
I'm hanging in there, man. I mean, 9 sacks today. So what was the emphasis that D-line coach was, getting you guys prepared to, go out there and perform the way you did today?
Really just us, keeping our feet and our hands moving at all times. We have, a phrase we say, keep rushing, whether it's play 1 or play 61. So just going out there, having that attack mindset, no matter what the circumstances are, really just going to hunt out there.
Now, we talked about this when you got drafted back up in Cleveland. Now here it is, man, AFC champions. What's the feeling like right now for you?
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be here, for me to be able to help contribute to this team, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing moving forward. I definitely don't take it for granted. A lot of people go their whole entire career without making playoffs, so blessed to be where I'm at. Just excited for the future with this team.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, we was getting them in, we was getting them out. You know what I mean? Because, hey, once again, they finally did it at home. Last year, it was done on the road against Denver, was it?
Yeah,
it was Denver. It was Denver they did it. So it wasn't quite the same feel. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm from, once again, I don't want to tell my age, but nevertheless, when you clinch an AFC division at home, the goalposts come down. You know what I mean? But we know that type of era ain't going to happen. Yeah, I had to go baby face on them Trav one time down, man. I had to do it. I know it's too cold for it, but I had to go. I guess I tapped into my inner Bruce Smith. You know what I mean? Bruce Smith, he, at late in his career, he went Frank Murphy on him. So I had to give him that one time down. But
they call it a Mookie baby face.
Yeah. I had to do the Josh Allen. Josh Allen cut his joints off. He had to go, baby face assassin. So I came with my. When I talked to Josh on Wednesday, I'm gonna get his opinion on this because I shot at him one time. I'm gonna give him the opportunity to shoot back at me on Wednesday about my baby face one time down. But speaking of baby face, we got my man Dawson Knox on here, right? And he was talking, in reference to this victory. We running this thing down because the Bills did clinch this picture, and we want to get this thing, moving. So here it is, Dawson Knox on yesterday's victory.
Congratulations, champ.
Appreciate it. Needed that one. That was big. Back-to-back years, baby.
Yeah, so let's just talk about that. I mean, when you first came in your rookie season, it was all about trusting the process. Moving on to playoff caliber, now championship caliber, man. How gratifying is it just to see, this organization evolve as champions now?
Yeah, just to see the years and years of hard work that everyone has built this franchise into what it is now. And to see that paying off in back-to-back years is huge. But we're just starting. Now we got a 4-week season, and we're just going to look at the corrections from this one and just kind of use that same 24-hour rule, move on to the next, starting Tuesday.
Now, traditionally, back in the days when the Bills clinched the AFC division, the goalposts came down. But just care to talk about how electric and the moment sharing it with the fans this year, how special was it for you?
Oh, it's incredible. Winning the division at home for the first time in, 20, 30 years. This is super fun. Just seeing all the fans staying in the stands after the game, running around, giving high fives to everybody, just feeling the energy of being at home instead of getting back, on the tarmac and having a bunch of fans out there. It's a little better doing it at home, knowing that we're going to be right back in those stands, in 6 or 7 days. So everybody's all hyped up. You can probably still hear the music from the locker room, but everybody's going nuts. Everybody's going to ride this energy and just keep riding this momentum we've got.
Absolutely, and keep speaking about that momentum because, ever since that Tampa Bay game, it seems like you guys has been a different team. How do you guys stay paced with that going into the playoffs?
Yeah, we're just going to use that spark that we got. It's turned into a fire. We're rolling on all sides of the ball. There's always going to be games where you hit some ups and downs. It's kind of a roller coaster every game you play, but just that resiliency of being able to overcome some adversity. And then, I think the defense had like 48 sacks tonight or something nuts, But when they play like that, it fuels the offense too. Just everybody feeding everybody, offense playing well, so the defense plays well, vice versa, special teams. It's a team effort. So when we're a well-oiled machine, when we're working well, on all three phases, it's going to be hard to stop this team.
Last but not least, that big catch late in the game, man. Care to talk about your big catch, man? Because that was a very pivotal moment in the game right there.
Yeah, it was just a simple corner route, and it was an absolute dime from Josh. He got no choice but to catch that thing. I was just watching it in awe, like, oh my gosh, that's money. So thankfully he gave me a chance to go make a play. And when he throws a ball like that, everybody's got a chance to go make a good play. So
congratulations, champ. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Mookie. Appreciate it.
See how my man Dawson swagging it out like, oh my God, look at that money. And I guess that's what happens when you go and work in the off season with laser surgery and all that good stuff. And I keep telling y'all, Big Garby, what's good with you? I keep telling y'all, before the season started, Dawson Knox was going to have a breakout year. Because what year is this for him? Year three. Year three. All right. And the Bills do an excellent job of developing their players. Year three. Josh Allen, year three. Tre'Davious White, year three. Teron Johnson, year three. Ed Oliver,
year three. Coming up.
And I know I'm missing a few more guys, but the Bills do an awesome job of developing their guys. That's why they're back-to-back, AFC champs. Garby, what's good, man? I'm hanging up in there, staying warm. We up in the building right now. But nevertheless, the Bills have won back-to-back titles, man, the first time since 1995, back when the Bills was going to Super Bowls. All right, so I know Jamal, you wasn't around to experience any of that.
I wasn't even thought of.
I know. Bob and Pops was sitting up there celebrating somewhere. At that point, hey, they were still celebrating. I know I was. I know the first one I had the door open. Because when Scott Norr was about to kick that dang on field goal, I was like, ooh, we ain't got school. I'm about to run outside and go crazy. And we all know what happened after that. So, nevertheless, history repeats itself, and this is what's going to happen this time around. The Bills are going to start flipping that to Super Bowl wins, right? And it ain't going to stop. It's not going to stop. And speaking ain't going to stop, we're going to speak it to the longest 10-year Bill, Jerry Hughes, El Capitan, on deck to talk about how important was it from him to see the Bills come from the bottom and now to the top. Here's Jerry Hughes.
El Capitan, Jerry Hughes.
What's good, man?
Hey, congratulations, big dog. First and foremost, man, I just want to let you know that because you was the first guy that's been there since day one. I mean, during the trials and tribulations from the original cold front when it was you, Kyle, Marcel, Mario, all the way up into now, to see the transformation and the trust the process from playoff caliber now to championship caliber, man, just how gratifying is it for you, to see this team get over that hump like that and to clinch at home finally?
Oh, man, it's an amazing feeling. Back in those days, that's something that we always dreamed about. We always talked about right at the end of that spring ball, the start of that fall season is how great would it be to win an AFC East in front of our fans, in front of our crowd, the Bills Mafia. So getting this opportunity to do it this year, man, it's a feeling, it's a memory that I'll never forget. And it's been an incredible season, but we got a lot of young guys out there that did a fantastic job this season, especially tonight, just staying humble, staying hungry, and just wanting to get after teams and just keep improving each week. You can see the results the way we kind of capped off tonight. Now we just got to just keep riding that momentum.
Now, last year when the disrespect was floating around, he was like, hey, we just got to sit up here and just keep punching teams in the mouth. And ever since that second half in Tampa Bay, it seemed like y'all just been really, punching teams in the mouth. How do you guys keep that up going into the playoff?
Well, we know each week you got to go out there and prove. So I think we've learned that throughout this season. That was one of our little stepping stones where we kind of stubbed our toe early in the year with a couple teams. And then, after that Tampa Bay game, we realized it doesn't really matter what they say or what the media says. When you get on the field versus anyone 0-0, bring your best game and let's go. And I think a lot of guys have answered that beck and call, and you can see the results. You can see the way that the team is going out there playing, Buffalo Bills football, from Cam Lewis for the block punt to, AJ Epinosa finishing up the game with the sack. That's just how we play. We're going to play relentless for 4 quarters no matter what phase of the ball's out there.
Congratulations, champ. Good luck in the playoffs.
Should have kept that one going. He was like, ooh, man, it's champs, man. Champs, it feel good. And you hear champ. You got to get that up sometime. When they win the championship, you got to change their name. So that's how I address the Bills as such going forward. What's good, champ? But, hey, speaking of champ, we got my man, Maine Savage, last but not least. All right, he come in rocking his hat, and, just overall excitement for this team right now. And I'm quite sure Bills country, Bills world, Bills mafia, super ecstatic right now. We know who we got on Saturday night. But here it is, Maine Savage talking about yesterday's victory.
Yeah, I had to throw it on for the interview, man.
Yes, sir. Much deserved. Just came to talk about today, what was the point of emphasis? This defense went out there, was playing lights out, man. Seemed like y'all was seeing red all day, 9 sacks. What was just the point of emphasis today in the mindset of this defense?
Yeah. Man, just to continue getting better, just come out and put it all together. Obviously, big emphasis is always stopping the run. I think the guys up front did a good job, man. Obviously, they did a good job in the past, getting pressure on the quarterback, coming away with those sacks.
That's right.
And we just put emphasis on going out there, playing a complete game, defensively, just putting it all out there, leaving it all out there. And you see guys just flying around, guys making plays.
Absolutely, making plays is what they was doing nonstop. What particular play pretty much set the tone of that defense today? Your eyes.
And it's honestly, man, with so many, it's kind of hard, for me to kind of, pick out one play. But I think I know it's a couple times on short fields is coming out and being able to either hold it to a field goal or being able to get a turnover on downs. I mean, that I think those are big plays. It was so many, man. That's just credit out to the guys for just coming away with those plays, and everybody's just playing to the whistle blow.
Now, you and Josh was brought in here in 2018 as pretty much the franchise faces of this organization. And how gratifying is it to see this organization rise to from where you were guys as rookies to, back-to-back AFC champs?
Yeah, it's definitely been good, man. I can't lie about that. It's been good just to, see the hard work that, just all of us put in, not just me and him, but, everybody in the building, from the trainers to the cafeteria people to just for everybody. A lot of people that probably don't get credit for it. A lot goes into this. And so, you know, credit goes out to everybody, honestly. But, you know, obviously we're not done yet, man. We came here, you know, to do one thing, and that's to win a championship. So, you know, our eyes are definitely on the bigger picture, man. And, you know, we're going to definitely enjoy this because obviously it's something big. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, we still pushing, you know, to obviously bring that championship home.
How excited was it to go out there and celebrate it with the fans tonight?
And it was amazing. It was amazing. I knew that coming into the game that that was one of the biggest things I wanted to do. Just do this for Bills Mafia, man, because they've been so good to us. And they always with us, you know, ups and downs. You know, everything's not going to be pretty, but they stand by our side and support us, and they always show love, man. So just being able to do that in front of the home crowd, man, it means a lot. And, you know, we definitely felt the energy on there.
Congratulations, champ. Good luck in the next season because we all know that's the best season, right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
All right, there you have it, man. From the Beast of the East, your AFC champion Buffalo Bills back to back. All right, so, you know, what's next for the Buffalo Bills? Saturday night, we got New England, the trilogy, back here at the crib where we live. I know Bills Mafia is going to be nuts, going to be going crazy. It's going to be, how, in the words of Steve Tasker, very chilly, just like it is outside right now. But make sure you keep it locked. We got ourselves a great show still coming up. All right, we still got playoff pictures coming up. We still got to discuss probably one of the greatest games of the season in that Raiders-Charger game. All right, we still going to give you an update from Alabama and Georgia because I think the second half has just started out. And question of the day, what is going to be the biggest upset in the playoffs? Give us a call, 716-837-1112. You know what to do. Lucky callers going to win tonight. Make sure you keep it locked in 2D, legendary WUFO 1080 AM on Power 96.5, y'all. Dolo, what's up? Mic off.
WUFO Mix
Mic's off.
AM and Power 96.5 FM.
Yo, Kenya, you can't be talking about coming to my house. You gonna pull up on? You can't be putting all that stuff on Facebook too, Kenya. You gonna pull up on You can't be doing that all on Facebook, girl.
Monday, January 17th from 12
Hey, I agree with that, Trav. Everybody want to see my hair. It's too cold outside. It's cold. You know, it's cold. It got cut off.
He's too famous for me. He too Hollywood. We can't hang with him.
Oh, Mook?
Yeah, he too Hollywood. We can't hang with
What are you talking about?
him. Can't hang with dude. Dude, a celebrity star, superstar.
You can't. Don't y'all see? Ain't no dreads hanging out this hat. Come on now.
You ain't inspired?
Y'all know algebra, right?
You fit my fans.
Y'all know algebra.
Inspired by that. Sure.
Y'all know that algebraically ain't no dreads hanging. Y'all knew how long it was yesterday, right? Y'all can't see there ain't nothing under here.
This sounds familiar. You may be a victim of sexual
Those
harassment.
eyebrows. There's no hair under here. All right, maybe I'll let y'all sneak a peek tomorrow or whatever. Y'all can see me buzz. See, do I got a wave cut? You know, I'm trying to work on that new season. You know?
New season.
Trying to work on that new season. You know? That's what I gotta do. Yeah, I shaved the trap out with Frank Murphy, everything, man. And man, I had to do that. All right, so we're about to come back. We're about to talk about this Chargers Raiders game. All right, so Jam, I'm gonna let you start off, Jamar. You ride out with it, and I'm gonna follow up with you guys. All right.
Yeah, watch this.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Sports World. I thought we was about to, you know, bang that thing out like, whoa, the Bills back to back, like, whoa. I'm thinking, you know, I'm about to hit a high 18 or whatever, man. Like, come on, man. I do a little bit of everything. I know everybody ain't heard me rap now. They ain't heard me rap. I keep me a 16 around. You know, Jamar keep him 16 on deck. All right, but like, whoa, the Bills are back-to-back champions, man, and it was an awesome, week 18. You know, I think the NFL pretty much hit it perfect with this extra week. I know a lot of players wasn't agreed to it. Didn't like it at all, Andre. But, you know, I think it was well worth it. We saw some awesome football games. We saw some thrillers. We saw some upsets. We saw some head scratchers.
Yeah.
And then we probably saw one of the best games that I didn't saw in quite a while, a regular season game that really mattered. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
care to talk about that game yesterday, Jay?
First and foremost, it was a phenomenal game. Ben Roethlisberger's NFL career was on the line in this game. He had to sit at home for hours.
Shout out to my girl Ramona. Shout out to Ramona.
Shout out to Sharon Mullen, too, the chocolate girl. But nevertheless, they had to sit at home and wait if Big Ben was going to play another game in the NFL. Game ended up being very interesting. And you know what's funny? Me and Mookie talked about this at length a little bit, how this game just was destined to be a tie, right? It was destined.
It was about to be
until
somebody was over-coaching.
Head scratcher, donkey of the day. Brendan Staley decided to call a timeout.
What they call him, Little Hat. They call him Little Hat.
Little Hat?
Yeah, Coach Little Hat. That's what they was calling him.
Well, Little Sense is what they should have. They should have called him Little Sense yesterday, man. He just DJ Ready Rob, man. He blew his team a playoff position, man. Listen, he decided to call a timeout with 2 seconds, and then when he was asked about it, he said that I was getting the defense ready to stop the run.
They got a first down.
What run?
They got a first down and one. They kicked the field goal.
Listen, did you see after the game that one of the players from the Raiders explained to Eckler that they weren't even going to go?
They weren't. They were straight on the tie.
They was ready on the tie. They was ready to go, and then his coach decided to call the timeout. And I guess the Raiders took that to offense, because the only thing I can think of is, was they trying to get somebody back there just in case if he missed the field goal to maybe try to run it back or something? I can't even make sense of that. Like, why did you call the timeout? There's no real point. They weren't going to run. What? They were going to kneel it? A running play? You're going to do a running play with 2 seconds, and what's going to happen? The time going to go out, right? So, what would you – you play football. Have you ever seen crazy plays like that? You ever seen?
I've seen some questionable plays and questionable calls, but, I've never seen nothing like that. I feel like sometimes, like you use the term overcoach, but I feel like the heat of the moment becomes too much for some people, and they wear a big hat. No pun intended, was this small
Little hat.
This small hat guy. With this small hat guy. But his hat was on too tight. It happens. It happens though. Like really, in real life, it happens.
Can I ask you a question? Justin Herbert been in the playoffs?
Huh?
Has Justin Herbert been in the playoffs?
He's only in second year.
So no, the answer is no, right?
Right.
So your coach just literally cost your man's a playoff game.
And, and let me say this about Justin Herbert. He played his rear end off.
Yes, he did.
All right, I get it. But he still threw for 50%. If Josh Allen was 34 for 64, they wouldn't have been talking about all the fourth downs he converted. They would have been talking about how Josh Allen threw 60-something times and he was
inaccurate.
He wasn't accurate and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm so over this narrative where the Bills don't get no respect. The Bills are like the Rodney Dangerfield of the NFL because everything they do gets ridiculed, but when somebody else do it, it's lauded. It's lauded. They get the benefit of the doubt, and I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Here it is, how they was talking about the Indianapolis Colts are the best threat in the AFC right now, and they got mollywopped. They got mollywopped by the Jacksonville Jaguars with an interim coach. At least we lost to Urban Meyer. Okay, they lost with an interim coach who's not even going to be the coach of the team. That's embarrassing.
It's very
embarrassing. So, speaking of that, it was a hell of a game. Right? It was definitely a hell of a game. Don't take nothing away from Justin Herbert because on those fourth downs, he had to deliver, and he delivered. He was 6 for 7 when it mattered, and I give him a ton of credit for going out there playing the way he did. Coaches just messed that one up. should just let the tie go down. Seemed like the Raiders were.
They made
content.
him catch the bus. He wasn't even on.
The Raiders was content on the tie because they was running the football. They wasn't trying to stop the clock. And this guy overcoached like Jamal, Coach Little Hat. Coach Little Hat. They have enough oxygen in his brain. Called timeout. Talk about he had to get the run game personnel in there on 3rd and 4.
They made him take the Greyhound home.
Yeah, they made him take the Greyhound.
How do you call timeout?
How do you?
On 3rd and 4, talk about you had to get personnel in there with 30 seconds to go in the game. If you don't let that thing, I'm not budgeting. I'm seeing what the offense gonna do.
No, he called it with 2 seconds left.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He called it with 30 something seconds ago. It was 3rd and 4. They end up getting the first down.
Right.
They end up getting the first down. They ran it one more time. Then they ran the clock down to 2 seconds and kicked the field goal to win it.
Okay,
that's what happened.
I guess
it's still bad.
It's still
it's bad. It was 3rd and 4 when he called timeout. They was letting the clock run. The Raiders. I don't even think the Raiders was trying to run another play. That's how bad it was. The Raiders wasn't even really thinking about attempting the field goal.
They weren't.
They would have called timeout. The Raiders had 2 timeouts themselves. They would have called timeout on their own. If I'm trying to win that game like that or get a first down, I'm calling timeout. But they were content on the tie, and they were already in the playoffs. Guess what? You got the ball. The ball is in your favor, so I can run this clock out and just go ahead, and I'm in the playoffs regardless. I don't have to win right now. I have the clock on my side. I have the football. So if I wanted to go ahead and get to the playoffs, me being a coach, I'm in the playoffs. I'm an interim coach too. I'm in the playoffs. I'm going to take this tie. I don't care what nobody got to say. My team went to playoffs. Derek Carr's never been in the playoffs. I'm going to give my guy that opportunity. And that's what he did. But Coach Little Hat called the timeout, and they end up getting not only the first down, they got like 10 yards on that play, got them in field goal range. Yeah, so let's go ahead and win it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and win it. If I miss it, so what? Guess what? We're still in the playoffs. But if I make it, I ain't in it. You know, and what, the Raiders is a 5th seed now. The Raiders went from a 5th seed because of that, instead of being a 7th seed. So Coach Little Hat, who Rich Ryan said this morning, who didn't deserve to be a head coach at all, and this is the reason why. All right. But hey, gotta lick your wounds, Coach Staley. Learn from it, build from it. Maybe next year. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, Vegas took the timeout with 2 seconds.
Maybe next year. Yeah, Vegas took the timeout
with 2 seconds. They felt disrespected.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, we do have ourselves a playoff picture. All right. Tennessee, rightfully so, has the first round bye. I'm gonna go out here and say right now, Coach Vrabel should be Coach of the Year. All right. Do everybody agree with that? Or you got something to say about that? Who you think should be Coach of the Year? Who? You better not say.
First of all, yes, I am going to say LaFleur. You want to know why I'm going to say LaFleur? I'm going to say LaFleur because he's the only coach to 3 years in a row go 13-3 in the season, 13-4 in the season. And don't say, I want to hear. Listen, Aaron Rodgers, even without players on his team, has won games. What is that? I guess we don't attribute that to coaching. We not giving LaFleur his props. We not.
Who do you think should be coach of the year, Jamal? Let Jamal speak right now before I go in right now.
The best team in the NFL. Go ahead, Jamal. Think about it. The best team in the NFL was the Packers this year.
True. So you're saying the best team was the best
in your eyes, who you think should be coach of the year?
Come back to me.
I'm going to come back to you. All right, so let me get to you with that.
Yes, come on, Mook. I want to hear this. Yeah, I'm ready for the debate.
You know what I mean? He's such a homie.
Now I'm a homie. Come on, man. Why I got to be a homie?
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't even say Coach McDermott. You know what I mean? I ain't even say McDermott. But how do you say LaFleur should be coach of the year because of what? Wait. Because of what now? Because of what?
Okay, let me answer.
Because of what?
I gotta answer the question. No. The question is why I said LaFleur, right?
Yeah,
LaFleur because again, 3 years in a row, this guy has been 13-3.
Stop. You want me to take the what and give away the what? Who do LaFleur play twice a year? They play Detroit. They play Minnesota. They play the Bears. So those are 6 victories.
Those
are 6 victories easy.
That's a terrible argument.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yes,
bro.
that's facts that they play those
facts,
teams, but that's terrible.
Facts. So how are you gonna get coach of the year?
They don't play. They can't help that they don't play the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the 49ers.
All right, let me ask you this. How many times Bill Belichick won coach of the year?
I don't care. That's
no. Answer the question. Now you don't want to hear.
He got 6 Super Bowls. That's all that matters.
How many times he won coach of the year? You know why? Because he played in the watery AFC East, where he played a Buffalo Bills team that wasn't good, a New York Jets team that wasn't good, and a Miami Dolphins team that wasn't good.
Okay, so watch this. I think that's a terrible argument. So if you don't handle your business and run the North,
strength
run the
of schedule. Who are you beating?
Wait a minute. Strength of schedule? Are we talking strength of schedule?
They lost to the New Orleans Saints week 1.
You know why they lost to the New Orleans Saints.
But no. How they lost?
3 times Bill Belichick was the coach of the year: 03, 07, and 2010.
Oh,
you see those gaps?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it could be gaps. He still won 6 Super Bowls in 3. He still got 3 coaching.
Come on, man.
So wait a minute.
You gotta get that to Vrabel. You know why you get that to Vrabel?
I'm going with Vrabel too.
You gotta get that to
I'm gonna tell you why too. I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead, Jamal.
Okay, so what the Titans were able to accomplish without Derrick Henry alone. Yes, the work that he has put in up until that point, but basically half of their team was absent for half of the games as well.
Right.
Receiver
right.
core.
No, AJ Brown.
No, do I get the rebuttal? No. Do I get the rebuttal?
Play together.
Please tell me I get the rebuttal.
AJ barely played together.
Jamal, do you want my rebuttal?
Please.
Okay, here we go. First and foremost, the Packers was missing not only David Bakhtiari on the offensive line, they also was missing
Bakhtiari.
Hold on. They was missing. Wait a minute. Don't we give the Bills credit for missing Trey White and still playing great?
That's not. It's a line.
You talking about I'm just gonna add all the players that they missed. They were missing Devontae Adams in 1 game. They were missing Jari Alexander in 1 game. They was missing Zadarius Smith in 1 game. They were missing Aaron Jones in 1 game. We gonna sit here and not
got AJ Dillon.
I don't, man. Cut it out. AJ Dillon was a top 10 running back last year.
He's a monster.
He's a monster, but was he a top 10 running back last year?
Start. He go anywhere else and start, Dre.
Well, guess what? You want to know why? That's because the Packers develop well. That's why. That's another reason why you give the first props.
You put the Packers in the AFC South with Tampa Bay, and you put them in the West. I'll tell you that. You put them in the NFC West, and I bet you they won't win 13 games.
Oh, man. Wait a minute. We beat Seattle.
I bet you they
won't.
We
constantly beat Seattle. We beat the 49ers. We beat Arizona. I mean, and we beat the Rams. You sure you want to put us in the West? Because if that's the case, we swept that division this year.
Did I just lose to Detroit?
Oh, please. We barely. Come on, man. He said Detroit, but they lost to the Jets. Come on, man.
The worst team in the NFL.
He tried to Aaron Rodgers played. He played a quarter.
So what? He played.
He played a quarter.
Devontae Adams played. Right? Bakhtiari played.
Just say that you don't want to give my man Matt LaFleur his props, man.
No, I ain't giving him his props this year.
And on top of that, he the one that developed Derrick Henry.
I ain't giving him his props. You gotta give Vrabel credit that he went out there and did more with less. He did it with practice squad players, bro. Practice squad players. So we didn't even know who was out there playing for him at times.
He literally beat the best player.
That's one thing that I loved about the Titans this year too. They never got away from game plan. Like they didn't have to get away from game.
And the Packers did. Because we beat the best teams in the league when they were the best teams.
You see how
without the best players.
Packers, man.
Nah, man. Give us our props. Stop that.
This is not Arnold.
3 years, 13-3.
Yeah, we give you that.
Something in the water over there.
Who did he beat this year?
You got the best quarterback in the NFL.
Wait a minute. He said strength of schedule, right? Who did the Titans legitimately beat this year? Because we beat the whole NFC West. So the Bills. The Bills. Okay, so they beat the Bills.
I can't wait till next year because Green Bay is on that.
Yes, I can't wait neither. We gotta be at that game. I can't wait.
Ooh,
I can't wait.
Schedule.
I can't wait. It's week 1, ain't it?
Yeah, week 1.
Oh yes, you know we will be there.
Here.
Yes, I can't wait.
Nevertheless, guys,
we having fun right now.
We have a playoff picture. Okay,
sure.
Tennessee had first round bye. All right. Likely upset in the AFC. You got Kansas City playing the Steelers. You got the Bills playing. The Patriots, and then you have the Raiders playing Cincinnati. Which one of these three matchups here is a likely upset in your eyes? Jamal.
Steelers.
And why?
I'm going out on a super duper limb and saying that the Chargers pull something off and they force Mahomes to just run around a lot, make him uncomfortable, and that's probably the only hopes of an upset. That's about it.
That's the only one you can go with. Because to be honest with you, if the Raiders beat the Bengals, that's not an upset to me. If the Patriots or the Bills win, that's not an upset.
True.
And then what's the last one? I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the only one you can go with.
Right. I mean, because it's what, the 2-7 game, right?
Jamal, you got
it's the
that
2-7 game. I agree with that because here it is. Kansas City ain't that good.
No, they not.
Kansas City is not that good. And guess what? The Pittsburgh Steelers have a defense. Pittsburgh Steelers probably had the defensive player of the year.
An upset name-wise. Maybe not by technicality, but like name-wise. We just know the Chiefs to be the Chiefs over these last 4
Right, but
years.
they did play Pittsburgh this year.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at that too. That might add a little fuel to the fire. They get another crack at them now. And then, hey, they playing emotional for Ben Roethlisberger right now because, hey, this could be potentially his last game of his career. And he do have the weapons to go up against Kansas City secondary. It ain't like Kansas City got a lights-out secondary. They just got Honey Badger, and, he can get beat too. They do deal with injury. We got to keep a close eye on what's going on with Tyreek Hill and that heel injury and see how much that's going to affect Kansas City, going forward in that game. So all of us agree that, the Steelers are, the likely upset in, the AFC. Now, let's move over here to the NFC playoff picture. And we all know who's the number one seed in that. It's the Torches, Green Bay Packers, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go, Pack, go. Okay? They are the number one seed. They are the top dog, deservingly so. Just not coach of the year. Okay? But,
there we go.
what are the seedings? What are the seedings in the NFC, Dre?
Well, Tampa Bay is number 2. The Rams fell all the way to 4. Dallas is number 3. 5 would be whoever Dallas is playing.
So what are matchups? I think it's Dallas and
so we got the Eagles and
Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm.
The 49ers and Cowboys.
Hmm.
And then you have the Cardinals and Rams.
Interesting.
Funny how 2 NFC West teams got to play each other again.
So what's going to be what's the likely upset in that one?
There's the only one. There's the only one again. What? The Eagles and Bucks. The only upset that can happen is the Eagles beating the Bucks. If the 49ers beat the Cowboys, do you really consider that a upset?
Yes.
Not me. I don't.
Yes.
I don't. You want to know why I don't?
Why?
Because look at the Cowboys' playoff nature. I'm sorry, I can't consider that an upset.
Oh man, the way the Cowboys playing, they putting up 50 pieces everywhere. Right?
You gotta win. If you're the Cowboys, you gotta win. You have to beat the 49ers.
But guess what? The 49ers gonna beat them.
Well, you start on fires.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
You blowing smoke.
Here we go. Get ready. Oh, and by the way, just another
Georgia just scored. Rob giving us updates.
Right, they giving us updates right now. By the way, oh yes, what's the time on that?
We booking that, right? We booked that, Trav. Darnay, what's good? Alan, what's up? I see my man just got back for that All-American game. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on Facebook and Twitter, by the way.
Right now, we got an update of the national championship game. You got Georgia with 13 over Alabama with 9.
Absolutely. 1 minute left.
20 seconds left in
the third quarter.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Watch Alabama this quarter.
Mook, could we have a little fun with this? Jamal, sir, this is the second time I done heard you fire starter. I just want to put something on the fire starter's name. You want to Cowboys 49ers? We can make this fun. Yeah, we can stay in friendly lunch. Friendly lunch. 49ers, Cowboys. Oh, yeah. All that.
Yeah, you know, my man fresh out. You know,
Yeah,
he's
fresh out.
athlete.
Yeah, he's the athlete. I'm the
college students.
from the old school.
Yeah, that's all they do. They ready push.
Yeah, let's Botches pizza. I mean, that's what you want to do. All right, let's do it.
I won't be here, so
For
I have to cash out your money, but.
all right, well, I
can send it to you. You can FedEx you some pizza all the way from college, man. I know they ain't got botches up that way. Yeah,
by the way, congratulations. I seen what you're doing, my brother. I might as well say that right here on the radio. I seen them grades, man. He is not just an athlete. He's a student athlete.
That's the nature. He ain't gonna. He's super modest with that, bro. Like,
yeah, I know.
Bro, like,
he posted it was super modest.
I could run his resume thing on this Aaron Rodgers.
Who is easy?
I like it.
Hey, say that about him.
Cowboys gonna beat the 49ers, and we can bet on that.
The Cowboys gonna beat the 49ers, or the 49ers gonna beat the Cowboys?
I got the
Cowboys are going to beat the 49ers. I'm not gonna put a score out there just yet.
Why do you feel that they're gonna beat? What makes you think that they're gonna beat?
Yep, on 49ers also.
So they're gonna put step on. Boy, y'all know Marcus Best is loving that right now, boy.
Oh yeah, he definitely loving it.
I agree. You like that too, Reddy Rob?
Yeah.
Deborah Beatty liking it too.
Your Bills, you got Bill stuff on. You can't be co-signing no Cowboys.
Right, man, you hearing this guy?
I know you want to go with the college student and all of that. You know, you feeling the swag right now. But come on, man.
DJ Reddy Rob, is those Dallas Cowboys rings you got on right now?
He wasn't born when the Cowboys was doing that stuff to the Bills. He don't count. You? How dare you?
My guy got on Emmitt Smith rings right now. Michael Irvin that let him have his rings.
Let him hold something.
Right, let him hold something.
Right out.
So
nothing like that.
So I love to rebuttal that. You know what they run defense is, right? I just want to let you know that the 49ers run football.
So what's the next matchup? We got Eagles, we got Bucks, we got Arizona, we got the Rams in Arizona, right?
Yes. And
that's gonna be a tough one. You know what? That game might put me to sleep.
You done seen it so many times.
That game might put me to sleep. Whoever make the most mistakes is gonna lose that game. So you can take in Arizona? Stafford
is too willy-nilly with the football. It's like, that's probably a bad term, but like he's like as a veteran quarterback, doing stuff that it's like very questionable.
Hey,
like I'm seeing you throwing the double coverage too consistently. Like you're throwing a pick, 3 picks every week, and it's disturbing. Like if I was a fan, I'm not a fan no more.
Well, you know, we had our fair share of willy-nilly quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Well, two things on that.
That's.
Oh, you guys! I wanted to speak on that.
Yeah, that's the down the street thing.
I wanted to speak on that Rams thing that you guys mentioned. I totally agree. The Rams are overrated. Yes, I called it. Yes, overrated.
Antoine Smith is watching. What's up, big dog? I need you to call. I need you on here Wednesday, Antoine. We got a couple of Bills. The Patriots. Antoine Smith is the Super Bowl champ. Gotta give him that. My guy, watching. I need you on here Wednesday. I'm gonna call you on the show with big dog.
One other thing, Cardinals is 8-1 in a row. 8.
Yeah, they're road warriors.
And it would be just Tommy. Look, they can play him.
Don't get me wrong. We have seen a consistent. We've seen something very consistent with the Arizona Cardinals. The last 3 years, they crumble at the end of the season. They just fall apart. The last 6-7 games, they just crumble.
JJ Watt will be back. It seemed like he get hurt at the beginning of the year, didn't come back for playoffs. Now is that the style? That's the new style now. Just get hurt, and you know what I mean. Yeah, then come back. Yeah. He did that against the Bills too, by the way. You know that's starting to be his thing for 15, 16 million
a year.
That's really
swindling in the league. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna come back. You know, when I'm fresh and healthy, and I can cash all these checks. But
we're gonna take it. Arizona.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
So my guy Aaron Nance just showed up from LA as we speaking about the Rams. He just totally said his team was going to 25. I don't think he's going like that. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna take the Rams just because Aaron Nance got me the Rams.
All right, but before we get into this high school coaching carousel, man, one thing we know Nagy was fired. We know the coaches from Minnesota was fired. We know the coaches from Denver was fired. One that I had a problem with. That was Brian Flores.
Thank you. Me too.
I had a real problem. I'm not a Miami Dolphins fan by far. I like to squish the fish every chance we get. But Brian Flores, how do you win 8 out of your last 9 games? You dominate the New England Patriots every time you play them.
Mm-hmm.
And you get fired. What is going on in South Beach?
And you win with a quarterback who can't stay healthy to save his life in 2.
And he supported him.
And he still supported him. And they still had a winning season.
He nurtured him through that process with all the hoopla because of the GM was trying to get rid of him for Deshaun Watson. He got fired, that man. I got a real problem with that. I'm kind of happy because we don't have to deal with Brian Flores.
Oh, wait.
We don't have to deal with him. He's not in the division no more.
No, but wait a minute.
He's not in the division.
I got a hot take. What if the Bills pick up Brian Flores?
Leave Leslie alone, man. There was rumors for him to be talking about Chicago and all that good stuff.
No, wasn't that earlier today?
Pat Freeman, but ain't nobody talking to us until the playoffs. So we're coaching tournament game on. Don't talk to my coaches. Hopefully those jobs are going to fill. But we ain't got to deal with Brian Flores right now. But I'm kind of ticked off. He never got fired. Jack, he should have never got fired. And it's a Jim Caldwell situation. Detroit ain't been the same since they got rid of him. How do you get rid of a winning coach? All right?
You got to make it rid of a winning coach. You got to make it make sense. How did Matt Rule keep his job? How did Joe Judge keep his job? And Brian Flores got fired?
Right. So, ownership, man. Some people know what they're doing, some people they don't. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, we got to move on from that. We wish Brian Flores well because he's a native New Yorker, man. He's a New York State of mind, Brian Flores, doing ways. So, shout out to my man Brian Flores. Quite sure he's going to land on his feet at some point in time. But we do got some high school action going on. High school basketball is definitely in effect. Jamal, what you got?
So what I got, I have Buffalo Movements, large school poll, as well as small school poll. So right now at the top 5 of the large school poll, you have the Peaches sitting at 6-3. You have Monsignor Martin. You have Orchard Park. There's Malay. They have 4-0. You have Amherst and you have St. Francis at 7-3. Now there has been a lot of movement and a lot of just up and down shuffling and weird stuff going on with high school basketball. Last week Wednesday, you have Timon and Joe's after Timon loses to Canisius. Timon loses to Canisius by a wide margin, and then you have a further. You have Timon beating St. Joe's 60-59. Now you have St. Joe's sitting at 5-5, but they still hold their 5 spot. So it's a lot of movement. And Nichols is breaking through. So anybody that's following high school basketball, understand that Nichols, they're a small school, but at 6-2, they're creeping up and making a lot of noise and push. They beat teams like St. Mary's and
surprising. I have fun beating Nichols.
Not anymore.
They had a big one over Mary, 76-57.
All right, man. So that was some good stuff there by my man, Jamal, giving us some high school insight. You know what I mean? Hey, we had a great show for the day. I'd like to appreciate everybody's tuning in from Facebook and Twitter, from my guy, Twitch Robinson. Make sure you hit him up on the Rise Up Family Sports Network all day, every day. DJ Brady Roberts up in the building. Jamal Lewis, my college guys in the building, Hawk Pride Extraordinaire, and me. I need no introduction. I have no hair on my head. Good night, everybody. Be well, be safe, and wash your hands. See you Wednesday. Antoine Smith, I need you, baby.
We are the legendary mixed
Travis, appreciate you rocking out with me all day, baby.
Yeah, let the people know. Last time that the Rams in Arizona played, that's what happened.
I am Megan Nicole. Look, nothing at the bottom of my shirt.
You went to smoke.
I guess I lost my bet. Huh? You know, the Bills won the division again. So I'm
gonna say the Rams better. Listen,
the Rams are better than them, and they are stacked. And you do got a good defense.
They better run
offense. That's why I think. But at the end of the day, man.
Ask you a question. Jared Goff was still the quarterback last year for the Rams, correct?
Yes.
If Jared Goff wins a playoff game and Matthew Stafford can't win a playoff game with the Rams, we got a problem.
What's going on?
We got a major issue.
Because they went all in. They lost draft picks. Mad draft picks for him.
He said he did.
They ain't give up much for OBJ.
They don't got much for like 2 years.
Yeah, they picked off some of the church's money. Trying to be all in. Ramsey.
Trying to buy champions.
Money. So yeah, just more content.
Hey, what if my last show?
You got to like school?
Yeah, I started school on the 18th. I thought it
the
was
24th.
So they want me to have a COVID test 3 days before I even get out there. And then I got to pay my rent on Saturday anyway. So.
You get tapped pedal and all that shit? You get any type of grants?
I get some help.
Right.